November 26th at approximately 10:15 a.m. EST. It is approximately 3:15 p.m. UTC for our Euros on the other side of the pond. Today we have with us Delta XBT, our in-house Vaultard, everyone's favorite Marty, the one-man party, and we have our little trench warrior, JC Denton, joining us today. What's up, everyone?
Yeah.
How's it going?
Oh, loving this beautiful, beautiful pre-Turkey Day prep work that we have to get done.
Beautiful.
It's only an American thing, dude. Nobody else in the world is deep frying, hormone size overgrown GMO birds in tanks.
Dude, this thing is huge. When I took the fucking wrapper off it and started pulling it out, I'm like, oh fuck.
That's
how
how
are we
they
gonna eat
get
this?
so big and strong.
Yeah, dude. I've seen pictures of like turkeys in America, and they're really like it's mental how big they are.
This thing's 21 pounds. It's like the size of my midsection.
10 kilos. 10 kilos for everybody else.
A 10 kilos bird.
Literally the size of my midsection.
Insane. How long does it take to cook that fucking bird?
How long does it what?
Take to cook?
That depends, like how you prepare it. So I'm trying to get Mrs. Cozy on board with spatchcocking this turkey.
Oh yeah,
mainly just because I love the word.
Spatchcocking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been having a blast with that the last few days.
It cooks much faster. It cooks in like 2 hours if you do it like that.
Exactly.
What is spatchcocking?
Spatchcocking is when you cut the backbone out of the turkey and then you flatten it out. So when you see those really nice like presentations of chickens and turkeys, Cornish hens, when they bring it out and it's like butterflied, that's spatchcocking. And the thing is that if I do that, I could just cut it in half again. So I could butterfly, then cut it in half, and then it could definitely fit in my fryer. But I
just do like a half chicken. You know how they do half chicken? Like you go to a restaurant, just do a half turkey.
I thought about that, but this thing is such a
they spatchcocked Bitcoin.
This thing is such a beauty. I'd hate to actually like cut it in half again. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I think I'll probably end up doing it anyway, regardless of what anyone tries to advise or suggest me to do. I want to be able to say all night that I spatchcocked the shit out of that thing.
You got to do it, dude. You got to do it. I brought Thanksgiving to Brazil, and everybody loves it. I made, the mac and cheese. Americans cannot have Thanksgiving. They can't have a dinner without mac and cheese. It has to have extra mac and cheese.
Yeah, I mean, regular dinner is debatable. Like, sometimes we let it pass without it as a side dish, but Thanksgiving, if you don't have mac and cheese, like you're excommunicated.
I'm not coming over. Yeah. People are not coming.
You'll never host again.
Delta, have you ever had a proper Thanksgiving with a GMO bird?
Never.
I think you're missing out. I think everybody should experience it one time.
I need to see the spectacular of like dropping a 10-kilo bird into a pot filled with oil.
That could start a wildfire, by the way.
I decorated by mashed potatoes and collard greens.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stick it in an oil fryer. This is an infrared fryer, so I have to find a way to get it in the canister, but with no oil. I'm trying to change the direction of American frying by setting the example for frying oversized turkeys in these things.
I think America on the menu should just have like a Euro size portion. It's like a little bit cheaper and it's like half the size.
It'd be just like the thigh and wing,
I mean, a 10-kilo chicken will feed like what, 3 Americans?
It'll probably
maybe
probably 3 to 4 Americans, and over in Europe that would feed a village,
a
small Dutch village.
Yeah,
easily.
Yeah. So good. Delta, well, for the people who don't know you, you want to give a little intro?
Yeah, sure. I'm mainly shit posting nowadays. Sometimes I'll trade and post about it. I've been around for like 6 years on CT now. And yeah, now I've pivoted to TCG collecting and reselling. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know. Like every time people ask me about this introduction, I don't really know what to say.
Well,
but yeah, if anyone likes shit posting, give me a follow, and hopefully you enjoy it.
Have you pivoted out of crypto and now you're just a full-on card collector? Is that what you said?
Nah. I just I don't know. Last couple of months, I got so deep into TCG again, and like into Magic specifically. And now I'm actually working on getting my license to buy off of distributors. So we'll see how that goes.
Now,
so
are you
opening
into
packs on live?
What?
You're gonna be the guy live streaming? Like you can buy thousands of packs before retail. So
I'm
doing
just
openings?
I don't know. I'm just having fun with this like new hobby, trying to see if I can turn it into like actually money. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just me, but the last 2 months, like the last 4 or 5 months have been so boring. Like the price action has been just horrible. Other than like October, which we've had like October, November, where we've had, the downside. And if you had downside exposure, you've had fun. Market's been just disgustingly boring.
Yeah, you got to have a side hobby for sure. I've definitely, when I was a kid, I had some alpha sets or the core sets, whatever the right word is, from the 90s. I definitely used all those cards that are worth thousands to tens of thousands of dollars. And
Oh, yeah.
I probably had a few of them as well. Like I had so many cards as a kid, and now looking back was, somebody's 401k for sure. And
Dude,
we were just
my
fucking
little
pulling 'em and
brother,
crinkling 'em.
my little brother stole a bunch of my Pokemon cards, stuck them in his book, and then when after my mom passed and my stepdad was moving out of the house that we grew up in, we had to come over and claim the old things that we were just leaving, that we had just, kept at the house for storage. And it would have, if I would have pushed it and pressed it, it would have turned into a fist fight for sure. Because he had created this story that like I gave them all to him when we were younger, and I'm like, dude, I never gave you my Pokemon cards. Like that never happened. You were into Yu-Gi-Oh.
Like that.
He wasn't even into Pokemon cards was the thing. He was into Yu-Gi-Oh. He was like obsessed with Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I was the one collecting Pokemon. I wasn't very nice as a little kid. Okay, I may strong arm you for your cards or your Game Boy if it was a special edition one. So I knew that these were mine, right? And here he is with this whole booklet of ours combined, like all the ones that he had just gotten as gifts from anyone that bought them for me, so he didn't feel left out. And then he took my book and he merged it into his. And yeah, there are definitely some ones in there that could help his kids through college.
Beautiful.
Well, Delta will sell you some new packs from his for profit since he has.
Talk to me about the Magic thing. Why Magic over other TCG games? Why are you not hopping on the Pokemon train?
I was never a huge fan of Pokemon. That might get me canceled saying it. I don't know, but I don't know. I just liked Magic. I think I found out about Magic like 8 years ago, and I've had but I was buying occasionally just for fun, playing in local clubs and stuff. And then I was on a trip with a bunch of friends earlier this year, and I kind of like just got back into it. I was bored. I got into a TCG store and just bought a bunch of packs and played a little bit. And then I came back home and I realized there's no TCG store in my city, like not even one. And I was like, dude, this is gonna be a lot of fun. So
this is gonna be your passion project. You are eventually
you're gonna
we'll
set up
see.
a
We'll
store.
see how it goes. I mean, it's still just an idea. It's just I mean, I'm not doing anything with it. So for now,
Dude, I mean, who cares? Like, there are some guys that want to, burn 20,000 a year on their wife's passion project. There's nothing wrong with burning 10, 20,000 a month on your own passion project.
Yeah, for sure, dude. And then if if your wife comes into your room and sees you opening booster packs, you can be like, dude, I'm working. I'm creating stock.
I'm busy.
I'm doing inventory.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you know what
exactly.
the population of this card is in the PSA 10? I'm creating more,
Yeah.
inflating the supply.
You have to build, or you have to set up a really nice, like a welcoming store, because every fucking like card store or collectible store I go into, it seems like the I don't know who hasn't been
Like they're all
cleaned.
related. Like it's
No,
all
dude,
the same family.
it's like I don't know whether the store was cleaned last or the guy at the front showered. Like I don't know what happened first or last. Like both of them are equally as scummy, and you need to change that, Delta. Like I shouldn't walk into the store and wonder, am I smelling the must from like mold in the walls here, or is it the guy 100 feet away from me at the front?
I'll work on it, I promise.
What is it? So is the Magic market as large as the Pokemon market, or does Pokemon just have more like mainstream attention gravity to where it
think-
seems as if it's the most popular?
Yeah, I think Pokemon nowadays has a little bit more traction than Magic, but Magic is way bigger. I mean, Magic is kind of like the OG of card games, you could say. I mean, I'm sure it's not the first one, but it's the first big one, really. And when the first Pokemon cards were printed by Wizards of the West Coast, which is like the company that makes Magic, that made Magic back then. I don't know if it was before they got bought out or after, but as far as I know, the first Pokemon sets were printed by Magic for Pokemon, and then they were like, "Yeah, fuck you, we'll do it on our own." But yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just niches. Like honestly, most people I've met collect a lot of different types of cards and games. My brain is small enough to contain Magic and not enough, not more to, no space for anything else.
I get that. Yeah, when I was collecting, it was just Pokemon. I didn't have space for anything else.
Yeah.
I had.
I mean, I
some
feel like
friends who
most
were into
people
Magic.
focus on one main set and like sometimes open other
Yu-Gi-Oh.
things.
Yeah, see, for some, that's what I was saying. For my brother, it was Yu-Gi-Oh. Like he loved Yu-Gi-Oh, and that was just like, I was a few years too old for that to be like my hype show and game.
They're like super inflated. There's like almost no cards that are valuable. Only like a few.
Of the Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah, I mean,
how
very
did
few
Pokemon
company.
change
I
that?
feel like Pokemon and Magic are the only I feel like Pokemon and Magic are the only two companies that actually treat it very, very seriously
Like
and think
with
about the
Yu-Gi-Oh,
longevity and stuff like that.
the meta changes all the time, and they really inflate like strong valuable ones. So there's never like a lack of supply. Only like the cards everyone knows from like the first edition, like the Blue Eyes White Dragon and like
Yep.
the Black Dragon, and like those are valuable. And then like,
What do those go for now? My brother definitely has those.
I don't know. First edition, probably thousands, but it's not crazy like Pokemon, where it's like some of them can go for like 100K or something. It's not that much.
I gotta ask him what he still has, man, because I know
Well,
he has some of those dragons.
the problem is that they came out with you know how Jordans do this? They like released a shoe in the 90s, and they bring it back for like a retro version. It's not the
Yeah,
OG.
they do like a reprint.
Yeah, it's fucking retarded. This one, they just reprinted the Blue Eyes White Dragon just now, like 20, like this year and last year.
There's like a newer one where it's like the pull rate is so shit, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, those ones go for $100, but the OG ones,
but
like
the chance that you get it is like super rare compared to getting like a good pull in Pokemon.
like what year was that? Like 2004 or something?
I mean, and also the thing is, you can probably
first
buy a
edition, I think, is like 99 or
blue-eyed white dragon for relatively cheap. The thing is, if you to find a really good condition one is the expensive ones, right? Because
the most expensive ones are tournament cards that there's only like 10 of, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because I mean, with Magic, for example, you can buy a Black Lotus probably for, I don't know, a few grand if it's like in really bad condition. But like the good conditioned ones are hard to find because like think about it. This was like 92, 93. Yeah, this was like 1993. People had no sleeves for cards. Like nobody gave a shit.
Yeah, like I don't know, a PSA 9 is 32K, a PSA 7 is 5K, PSA 8 is yeah, 5 to 50K. And you did have that one Lord of the Rings Magic card that
Yeah,
rapper
sold for
bought
2
for
million.
what, 2 million?
Yeah, because it
It was
was
one
like
of
a
one.
one.
And
The
it was
most
raw, right?
It
the
was what?
rarest Yu-Gi-Oh card is a 1 of 1. I don't think there are any 1 of 1 Pokemon cards, but there's a 1 of 1 because I'm not laughing because of why. I'm laughing because it's like part of the collection. But so they did it was created by a 14-year-old as part of a Make-A-Wish Foundation request by this kid who was battling cancer. And then the
Mm.
card sold for over 300 grand in an auction, making it the rarest and most valuable Yu-Gi-Oh card in history. There's another one, the Black Luster Soldier stainless steel is valued at 10 million, and the O2 Blue Eyes White Dragon first edition PSA 10 sold for 85 grand.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's bumping up for sure. All these cards are going absolutely nuts. No, and I think it just attracts a different individual. Like the Magic cards are, I don't want to say more dark, but it's a
It's not
different kind of
the old
artwork
prints.
than.
Yeah, I mean nowadays they're more politically correct. I think that the biggest difference is also the fact that Magic is way. I think it's probably one of the like more complex games out of every other TCG game. Because like playing Magic, you need to like. There's a lot of different steps. There's different type like sorceries, instants, stuff like that. A lot of different mechanics. It's like the heaviest game in terms of like complexity. I think. I don't know. Maybe there's a few that are more complex, but Magic is definitely up there.
Do you
And
remember when that instance happened with Not So Fast a few years back?
oh yeah, we're drilled into the Black Lotus. Yeah,
Yeah. So not so
I
if you
spoke
guys
to him
don't
a few
know.
weeks ago. I bought a collector booster box of foundations. It's like a Magic
Mhm.
set. I bought it for like I don't know, like $700, and I was like talking to him in DM, debating if I should open it, and I opened it.
Yeah,
Was it worth it?
he's
No,
definitely
I got jack shit.
But it was fun.
Yeah, it
he's
was really fun.
one of the few people that you could probably reach out to and would give you decent advice on Magic stuff. For those of you that don't know, what he did was he had a Black Lotus, which they retail for around 20K, and
Back then it
in
was way higher too. That back then it was like the mega peak of Magic, I feel like.
so what, probably 5x that. It's probably $100,000 card at the
Probably
time.
100, yeah, maybe 100.
We can
Yeah,
just clip it. He did it to a 100K card.
yeah, he did it to a 100K card. He well, let's see, they had 200 ETH that was raised. That had it raised and returned. So I don't know what ETH was at that time in 22.
Yeah, he got a cease and desist from Wizards of the West Coast.
Yep. Before they could do the NFT mint, uh,
So what happened? What happened?
he destroyed the card, and then before minting the NFT, he got a cease and desist.
Mm.
Sucks.
So he ended up with no more Black Lotus and had to return all the ETH that got donated. Let me try and I'll find there's definitely an article on this from back then. Here we go.
But yeah, I mean, it clearly shows what the state of the market is right now if we're talking about Magic for 20 minutes.
That
Well-
that brings us to our new segment, which is bear market stories. Dime and I had a good one. We were talking about the Australian guy, King Pepe the Third. I don't know if anybody remembers, but he made like
Yeah.
200 mil, owed 30 mil, and had no money or something.
Dude,
So
that's
that
one of
was
the most depressing stories on CT, honestly, because he was a good guy.
I always
Yeah.
ping him like once a year. I comment or I DM like, oh, hey, we're here. That's a crazy arc for sure. But do you have any bear market stories that you wish to share? The state of the market needs
Um,
a story.
I don't have anything really crazy. All I remember is, I mean, other than the regular events we've had, the biggest bear market story I can think of is just how the day that FTX collapsed, I was in a sauna in Norway. And it was like naked. You have to be naked. Like you can't wear anything. And so you have to leave they take away your phone and everything. And every time I went out to smoke, I was like just exposed to news. And I'm all like, I'm like with a bathrobe, fucking fully naked in the middle of nowhere in Norway. It was like fucking freezing outside, and I'm all trying to trade and like see what's going on and move money around if I can. Yeah, that was a crazy experience, a crazy day.
I was in the Bahamas. I was the first one looking for Sam Bankman-Fried. Okay, BitBoy then showed up later on. And he stole the thunder, but let it be known, I was there first, searching for him. I think I was
And it didn't work.
no, I couldn't find him. I don't remember where I was at, like where in the Bahamas, but I was on his island.
His
It was
island.
That island's a weird place. That island is a very weird place. Half is not even half. One side of the island is like cruise ships and tourists and random shit dive
Is that where
bars.
Atlantis is?
Yes, like Baha Mar and Atlantis and the Four Seasons and all that is like where the cruise ships goes on the right side of the island. And then in the middle, there's nothing. There's one road that crosses it. There's a few, but let's just for the story, there's one. There's too many roundabouts. Then the other side of the island is mega rich people that live in gated communities, and it's insane. Like that's where Sam lived. Very interesting and financially spread out just on one island. So the people who live on the left side of the island don't go to the right, and the people come for tourism just stay to the right side of the island and never come over to the residential.
Sounds lovely.
That's where Sam was hiding out.
I'm trying to think of some interesting bear market stories.
We gotta make a list of them.
I need to look at a chart and make.
Yeah, every bear market, I just start playing more games. Last time on charts, play more video games with CT people.
Yeah, but you have to find a hobby during the bear market, right? Like you can't just sit and try to trade something that it's not that it just goes down. Like I don't know, let's take ETH for example. It was down like 5% every day for the past month. And then you get this, okay, we're finally gonna bounce, or this finally a breakout, back down 5% the next day. Like it's very hard to try to click trade this.
I'm gonna study macroeconomics.
Even if you're right, like, oh, the economy's well, let's just say you bought stocks instead this year. You're like, you were right. You essentially everything was fine. The tariffs ended. Let's say you were right and you bought ETH. You're at the same price. Now ETH was like 1,800, right? ETH actually went way down. If you bought Bitcoin, it was what, 75? Like, okay, you're still up then, right? Like you're still right. But in Stockland, you're mega right. Everything is up and to the right. You were right on the bottom, but you're getting way more rewarded this year than you are in crypto. Of course, if you look back, like we've been here for a decade. You had any opportunity to buy, every dip to buy, but if you're trying to buy the top at 124, good luck. If you're trying to buy ETH at 4K, it's like, well, everybody's already in from hundreds of dollars, not thousands of dollars. So it's a very different. It's a different game that we're playing because we've been here for so long versus somebody trying to come new into the market. I guess that leads me into, does anybody have any advice for the newcomers in this space? Delta, you want to start?
I don't know. Don't.
Don't
go trade
don't know.
TradFi.
You value
Don't
your
know.
health or sanity, don't.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to give advice because I really do believe that in a space like this, you just need to find your niche and just kind of like shoot everywhere, try different things, limit your risk to be able to continue testing things out and trying things out. And eventually you'll just find what fits you and what you're good at and what you should be sticking to. I feel like there's no one, right answer to what works best to someone who just joins the space. But you know, if the market goes down, it'll be fine. It'll go up again someday, sometime, and there's still a lot of exciting things to do. Um, don't don't listen to doomers. Don't listen to like crazy bull people like Sailor as well. They're all retards. And yeah, just try to be sane. Pay yourself, take profit, keep trying things. And that's the beauty in the crypto space. It really does reward you for just trying things out. Like the amount of people I know who just, made a bunch of money here and there, 5K airdrop, 10K airdrop, 20K airdrop, whatever that is. And just, finding some really good project to buy some tokens off of. You just need to look around, and it's kind of like it might sound really gay, but like stay curious is really good advice. I feel like in a space like this, and yeah, just shoot your shot. But yeah, I feel like what we mentioned earlier. I feel like also make sure you're not. I feel like there's a time to be super deep in the space, right? Where you're like, missing out on sleep and like, 24/7 on the screens, waking up from alerts. There's a time and a place for that, and I feel like right now is not the not the time for sure. And I feel like being able to also just take some time away from your screens and just chill and let the market do its thing until it shows you a clear direction or a clear idea or something like that is also super important.
I
Does
think
that
one of
bring
the things that Delta said that is like really important is just trying everything. You will see a lot of people
Yeah,
say like, I
definitely.
just don't have enough money, or whether that's to take the trades they want to take or to like get started, quote unquote. And the reality is you don't need any money at all. Like just being active in um, certain communities or uh, going on to test nets and trying out apps, being early in that sense, you'll be rewarded. And as Delta had mentioned, like, getting these 5 grand, 10 grand, 20 grand, upwards to 6 figure, airdrops, um, all just for, allocating your time to, learning about some new, ecosystem that popped up, or allocating time to trying out and testing new apps. It actually pays like unbelievably well. QA testing,
Yeah.
decentralized QA testing pays very well.
Hint,
In the
hint,
Yeah.
space.
nudge, nudge.
And I feel like I feel like it's also important to mention that we're all here to make money. That's probably why most of the people in the space are here. But we're also like one thing you'll see that is very common with people who are actually making money in the space is that they really enjoy it, right? They enjoy the mechanics, they enjoy the vibes and everything that's going on. um, and usually the people who are salty all the time on the timeline are usually the people who are larping and broke. But make sure you're having fun. Like if you're
Yeah.
here to make generational wealth because you need to pay rent, just go get a job, right? Because
Thank
Yeah.
you.
if you
Thank
have
you.
a 10K portfolio and
Thank you.
you have the opportunity to, I don't know, have a job that pays you 100 grand a year, um, you'll probably do much better just having a job and saving money than trying to make 100 grand with this 10 grand as a beginner.
Yeah, I would suggest new people just try every protocol they can on like new chains like Monad and Mega ETH, and also new exchanges that come up. I mean, the point system stuff is a big thing nowadays, and
Stay
you
away
could
from
lose.
perps
You
off
could
testnet.
lose. yeah, you could lose your money, and eventually it will still be saved by some airdrop, maybe next cycle. But if someone's joining with a lot of money, which I've seen people do a few times since like 2 cycles ago, it never really goes well. So if you're about to join crypto with like a lot of money at once, just don't do it.
Yeah, I mean, your first cycle, you're either gonna underperform or you're gonna get wrecked.
Yeah.
These are the two most likely outcomes. This cycle, I'm like, I can't complain, but I have a very small TradFi portfolio that I barely manage. I log, like, I take maybe like 10 trades a year. Dude, it's done so well this year. It's insane. TradFi is
Just up
just
and to the right. But
insane.
Yeah.
I have a theory. Actually, I stole it from a very smart friend of mine. If you buy equities, all you have to do is hold it and let other people do the hard work. That's it.
Yeah.
Why you don't have to get out of bed, you don't have to do anything. Other people are trying to keep the monopoly, other people are trying to keep the moat. That's
You
it.
don't have
All
to
you have to
work for
do
your
is
bags.
you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is find a good company with the right management and solid cash flow, with the right idea of the future, or the idea of the future that you hold. And you're up mega. If you thought Build-A-Bear was the next best thing, you're like outperforming every crypto in the past 5 years.
Yeah.
Or if you think Nvidia is the next best thing, of course you're outperforming. If you think just buying the S&P is the right way to go, you also did just fine.
Yeah, me and Marty have talked about it on a few of our streams, how this is like probably the first cycle or first year where the volatility in stocks is not being overshadowed by like the insane volatility we normally get in crypto. And you could have just bought stocks and outperformed crypto. Whereas usually it's, oh, well, I trade crypto for the volatility and for the outsized gains. and you couldn't use that argument over this last year.
Yeah, it's just up and to the right. It's insane.
Well, I pulled
Delta,
this up, Marty. We need
what do
to
you got?
find this guy in Minecraft, obviously.
Which one?
This
Ooh,
this
what the hell is
6,000
that?
contracts, 500 ETH put.
Yeah, but okay, I don't know. What's the premium on that?
I
Like,
know. Just
yeah, 6,005. But he spent, I don't know, 10 grand or something to hedge out his whole portfolio if it goes to absolute zero. It's also end of the year, right? They need to put on these hedges. Oh, look, we're
Wait,
quote delta
500?
neutral.
I don't like
Yeah,
people scaring the hose, Marty.
Wow.
yeah, not great.
That's funny.
Insane. Delta, you have, I know we're getting close, but you have any new market insights, or for right now, crypto kind of just seems to be the stable coin. Nobody
Yeah.
seems to care about our coins. They only care about the stable coin. I heard Klarna, which is an American installment payment company, is launching a stable coin. Like, why does a credit company need a stable coin? Why does America need 50,000
Dude,
different
it's
stable
like
coins?
how it's the same shit like how we had back in like 2018 and like 2020, where companies, do you remember where companies were just adding blockchain to their
Yeah.
like names?
Oh, yeah.
It's the same fucking thing, dude. Swear to God. They just try to like, flex having a stable coin. Because right now that's the hot thing, right?
Yeah, and
Um,
now AI, right? AI and
I
stable
think of it
coins.
but
the
it's like,
the
yeah,
way
how you
that
have like an app that is like, I don't know, you have fucking a chess app and it has AI integrated into it. Like, dude, why the fuck do you need AI?
Because it's going to make it
Every
I
better,
think it's a
fucking
bro.
app
way for
nowadays
them
is
to try to
integrating AI.
it's a way for them to try to have a small moat, right? Like if you're rewarding people in a stable coin that, other than being traded, on the open market for some other asset, can only be used with you, you're in theory creating a sticky customer because they have to spend that money, they have to spend those rewards with you.
Yeah. About the market, I've been away for like a few weeks taking care of some like family matters, and now I came back home and I've moved houses, so I'm still like unpacking boxes and taking care of everything. So I'm not really paying that much attention. I'm not trading almost at all. Basically, I had a few lucky fills around 82K and around 2,700 on ETH. And I'm still keeping them. I think the market looks, kind of grim, but it's fine. I mean, this is not where you panic. I feel like, I mean, we just had a 35% drop in price, right? If anything, this is a good spot to, you know, take on some risk if you have any cash. If you don't, don't lever up. But I do think that I feel like there's a good chance we get at least a complacency bounce to like, I don't know. I'll be hopeful and say 105K. Um, I would be really happy to see a bounce into the low hundreds. And that's
I'm with you
probably
there.
where, yeah, that's where I'm targeting to close these longs I have from the lows.
Yeah,
Um,
100 seems about right. Right for a solid bounce.
yeah,
Everybody's trying to short the bottom. Everybody thinks it's so over. The least we can do is prove
yeah,
them wrong and get a bounce to 100, and then we can send it back down again. But
yeah.
we do need
And
a
like
solid
And like
bounce.
some people, I spoke to someone in DMs and Telegram also like about this position that I have, and I told him the same thing that I'm aiming for like 205 to close this exposure. And he was like, "What? You don't think we'll make new highs and everything?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't know. Like right
One
now I'm
day
in
at
a
a time.
trade. Exactly. Right now I'm in a trade. The first like big resistance area that has a pretty good likelihood of us hitting, in my opinion, is the low hundreds. So I'll get there. I'll close my position, and I have this habit that I practice for like a year and a half, almost 2 years now, where I'll get to those zones where I want to close positions. I'll fully close them, and then I'll sit the rest of the day thinking if should I open them back again, right? And I feel like it's a really good reset for people who have issues sometimes with like this mental thing where you have a really good entry, but you've hit the like first trouble area and you want to take some profit, but you're like, ooh, but I don't want to like I don't want to reduce exposure, and like I don't know, this entry is so good, blah blah. But it's all bullshit because at the end of the day, PNL is PNL, right? So I'll close the position, and maybe sometimes, rarely, I'll open a new one with like lower size or some shit with a new invalidation, and let that one run. But yeah, it all comes down to, like you said, Marty, like day by day. I'll get there. I'll close my positions. We'll see what's next. Maybe we'll get new highs. Maybe a new fun bull market. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe we get Sailor 2.0. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. A lot of people say that the bull market hasn't even started yet. So
Oh, shut up. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
think
good
if you look
practice
back in
because
5-10 years, you're like, okay, ETH was 3K, Bitcoin was 80s. Like, okay, that was a great entry, but that doesn't mean that you don't have the roller coaster up, down, sideways, chop, mega liquidations. You have to survive that to
Yeah.
to reap the rewards. And you can't just sit in a leverage perp long for 10 years. Maybe all these degens need to start looking at spot as well.
it's a great practice because it makes you ask yourself a different question. Like you already know that you want to sell there. It's that you're questioning now, like, should I sell here? Right. Like, could it extend? And so it's like just you know, answer the first question, which is like, should I sell here? You already said yes to yourself, so just sell. And now,
Just
and now,
disclose it.
yeah, and now reverse it. Like now you're having to say, like, would I buy here? And you sit there for the day and kind of look at it, and you have to
yeah,
revalidate
exactly.
it. Is it
W-
would I enter here, or is it overextended? Would I wait for a lower entry? And it's a really really good practice.
Yeah,
I'm
which is it's a part of this whole methodology of like evolving risk reward, where you'll have a position, and let's say you target a 20% move, right? It moved like 16%. You still have a 4% move left. You're like, okay, I don't know. I want to take profit. It's so close. Momentum kind of died out, but I do think it's very likely that we still get this extra 4%. Tom Dante was talking about it in his videos, where he told how like his mentor or whatever would come to his computer at this prop store at the prop desk he worked at and just force close his positions and then tell him, oh, I'm sorry, that was my bad, just open them again. I mean, put the same original stop loss, same original take profit, same size, and just go ahead with the position. And suddenly you're like, ooh, that's a really bad spot to long.
Yep.
If you don't get
Puts
that
it in
good entry,
perspective.
it doesn't make it worth. I know we're
Take
coming
note.
up top of the hour. I gotta jump soon, but anything we
Yeah,
want to leave the retail listeners with?
What was that? I'm sorry.
Is there anything you want to leave the listeners with?
Oh,
The last drop of alpha.
We got a
not
guy
really,
who
man.
says,
just have fun, dude. I don't know. I don't have any. I already, I spoke about price. I spoke about any advice for beginners. I feel
Just
like
be
the most
yourself and
important
have
thing
fun.
is like have fun, dude. Really, it's the key
Have
to
fun.
everything. Because then if you're having
Dude,
fun,
you're like
your
mini
mind
D
is.
Jinping, dude. D Jinping was all about love, and you're
Yeah, the only
he
difference
trades
is I don't call for like fucking, I don't know, for the mega pico bottom by date and hour and minute.
We need
those
that, dude. We need that from you, or else I'm unfollowing.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Ping said,
Tune into
I'm
my
saying
profile
December.
for upcoming streams of me opening booster packs. No, I'm kidding, but
I'm here
Alrighty,
for that.
But,
fellas. Thanks, Delta, for coming on. It's always a
yeah,
pleasure.
my pleasure, man. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, always good having you on,
It was
Delta.
a fun chat.
We'll definitely have to catch up in the next after the holiday, and we'll see how you're.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. And happy holidays. Enjoy Thanksgiving. Good luck with the cooking that 10-kilo turkey.
Yep,
luck.
yep.
And
In true American fashion,
yeah.
as big as we can get. And stuffing it with nothing but butter and cheese.
Jesus Christ.
No, I'm
Yeah.
Don't
kidding.
forget
That was
the
just
mac
like
and
the
cheese.
most American thing. If I were not from America, that's what I would imagine. I'd be like, you fucking burgers are probably shoving like ground beef and cheese inside your turkey,
Jesus.
wrapping it in bacon.
Stuffing it with burgers and candy and shit.
Stuffing it with Big Macs.
Yeah.
A 9-kilo turkey inside
Brining
of
it in cola.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, before I vomit, I'm going to jump off.
All right, boys. Catch you later.
All right,
Happy
see you guys.
Thanksgiving
Thanks for having
to
me
our
on.
Americans and
Bye-bye.
our Euros. We'll be sure to share turkey pics.